This is World Rhythm with your host DJ Egemen Aktaş, and I'm here with St. James from the record label Young Saints.
Yeah.
And tell us about your album coming up.
That's the TLP Dogmatics. Alright. So TLP, that's my initials, right? That's my slave name. Tommy Lee Purdy. So that's where the TLP come from. And Dogmatics, like this is my idea with this, right? Like dogmatics, from somebody who ain't like enlightened, don't know what dogmatics means, it just sounds like it's how to be a dog, right? But when it gets deep, dogmatics is the morals that a religion bases itself around. So what I'm saying really is that this is my personal religion, this is the dogmatics of TLP. And the root word of that is dogma, right? And that's where it comes from. So the whole idea is like I'm exposing myself, who I am as a person, my dreams, my ambitions, my pain, everything. This is me in an hour and 20 minutes. That's what you see when you get this TLP Dogmatics. It start from there. I introduced the album as a key for enlightening yourself, and then as I get deeper into the album, I got there's a few like track pops, like clubby pop songs, you know, but that's just like to keep everybody interested. The real stuff that you hear from my heart, that's when it's coming about, that enlightenment, anything that has to do with bettering yourself and bettering the world.
So as far as enlightenment, the word enlightenment is so interesting because it can be about the Buddhist sense of the inner peace enlightenment, and it can also be about what we're seeing in the world these days with global enlightenment, when all humans kind of are awakened to the realization that, hey, we have it like really, really great. We have it better than the generations that were before us. We have it so much greater. And that's also a responsibility because it gives a responsibility on our hands. So when St. James says that he takes that responsibility into his music and creates a fusion with that, that's speaking about this is part of a global movement towards enlightenment. And we're here talking to the local rapper, St. James. So I do have a question about that. Like, as a local artist, how do global events shift or affect the way you think or affect your perspective?
Well, like at the end of the day, really thing that only affects my perspective is myself. Like something that's gonna change in the world ain't gonna change the way I look at the world. Like we could be in World War III tomorrow, man, and I still have faith that every single person is a good person. You know, because we are good people. We've just been fooled into thinking that we ain't good. But what's going on on a global scale, like I like to be a part of everything that's going on. I don't want to let the world go by right by me and me not do something about it. I feel like I can, and that way I'm going to. So when things like the bombing in Libya and all this madness, it really hurts me, but it makes me more inspired and motivated to do something about it. It doesn't hold me back. It just makes me more inspired to go out and do more about it.
And there is also the riots and protests in Istanbul happening right now over what could be considered dogmatics on a dramatic level, and when the government takes too much power into their hands and stops serving the people as a government should, that is their position, but it starts taking power, starts ripping them off slowly, bit by bit.
Right. When our dogmatics change from righteous to wicked, it's going to change the whole face of the planet. Our dogmatics should be all about righteousness and understanding and wisdom and knowledge, and those should be our founding principles. But really in this day and age, in this 21st century, what we're seeing is like people value money over everything.
should be doing for people, or at least what a government should do on a regular basis, so such protests and activism don't have to happen, that we can all be integrated into the society without fighting each other, without having to protest over matters that could have been settled, where if righteousness was our common goal, our common ideal, if it brought us there together, the unity. What do you think?
I'm not against governments, right? Like, I'm against corruption of governments, but a government is necessary for a community or a culture to progress and move and become greater as the generations pass, which is the way it should be. We should always be progressing further and greater. We shouldn't be becoming worse as a race, and as a race I mean humankind. And what I want to see with government is like I want true democracy to shine through, but the problem is there's this corruption and there's these people who seek power and seek money, and these things aren't going to change unless we all come together, unify, and stand up against it.
What do you think about our generation as far as ours? Like, I was born in the 90s, I think you were born in the 90s, and we have a different perspective on all this. Like, we grew up with a lot of music on TV, like especially you and I. I'm a DJ, you're a rapper. Music was a part of our life, but that speaks for the entire 90s generation. We didn't have a Great Depression, we didn't have World War. We had a lot of music and we had a lot of privileges that the generations before us lost. They went to war, or there was war at least, and they didn't have as many resources as we do. So I think that puts us in a really special position, especially in the world, that we can create more change in our lifetime than any other generation has ever come close to creating, with more knowledge, with more understanding, and with more people with the right approach, like yourself.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and that's really a beautiful thought. If everybody could agree with that, it'd be even more beautiful, because that's what we need. It's all about perspective, you know what I'm saying? And if everybody has this perspective that we are in a great, beautiful world, then we truly will be in a great, beautiful world, because there is not that hate that is being spread around.
Very well said. St. James, thanks for coming on the show. This is World Rhythm with DJ Egemen Aktaş, and I'm with St. James, local rapper, global activist. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Do you want to give us a freestyle, an acapella?
Yeah, we'll get a little acapella. I'm gonna try to bleep out the swearing. Alright. What should we go with? Alright, check it. I've been making moves, I can't take a lose. From a stalemate state to taking cruises, flights rolling on sucker consumers while they using, staying stupid, glued to the boob tube, drooling, being foolish. But his kicks is the coolest, clothes so fly, but ain't no shit about saving supplies. Cake off the pies, you fake stop the lies before they make you hang from your tie. Dangle and die, mood swinging out, turn into a dangerous guy. Sick of getting pissed off by these haters, never making sense, never learn the truth, but always win the argument. But lose touch with real value and enlightenment. A chain reaction cycle that increasingly creates existence. Oh shit, I'm tripping. I know you ain't listening, or you ain't understand, but man, they know I'm something different. And if I'm wrong and if you got it, then more power to you. This the product of a logic thought process guru.
Really nice, really nice.
Yeah, St. James, Young Saints represent all day, every day.
So can we expect more of that on your album coming up?
Yeah, that's the whole album, man. It's just straight fire on hot beats, man. That's how we do it.
Sounds great. Right now I have Criolla lined up with the track Lion Man before we come back in the studio talking to St. James.